My wife secretly copied my credit card details while I was asleep. In the next morning, I noticed $50,000 worth of charges on luxury goods and flights to Europe. A week later, she returned flaunting her purchases and saying with a mocking smile, "Thanks for the upgrade." I burst out laughing because the credit card she used. I'm a 36-year-old cybersecurity analyst, and I've been married to Jessica for 8 years. She's always been the charming one, the dreamer who made big plans while I quietly made them happen. I ignored the red flags, the financial secrecy, the constant excuses about her business ventures that never materialized. I wanted to believe we were partners. At 2 a.m. last Tuesday, Jessica made a mistake she couldn't charm her way out of. I'd been asleep upstairs when she crept down to my home office. She must have waited until she was certain I was out cold before accessing my laptop. Using my computer, she found one of my credit cards, copied down all the details, took photos with her phone, and slipped back into bed like nothing happened. The next morning, I woke up to my phone exploding with alerts. I opened my banking app to find nearly $50,000 in charges, designer handbags, expensive jewelry, first-class flights to Paris, luxury hotel bookings. My stomach dropped as I pieced it together. Jessica had stolen my credit card information, but instead of panicking, I smiled. The card she used wasn't a regular credit card. It was a dummy card tied to a fraud detection training program I run at work. We use it to teach companies how to identify and respond to financial crimes. Every single transaction triggers an automatic alert that goes straight to law enforcement. Jessica had just turned herself into a case study. I called my lawyer Marcus immediately. "You won't believe what just happened," I said, explaining everything. He couldn't stop laughing. "Wait, she stole a dummy card. The one that's literally designed to catch fraud?" he asked between chuckles. "Exactly," I replied. "Every purchase she makes is being tracked and flagged." For the next week, I stayed quiet, watching the alerts roll in. Expensive restaurants in Paris, 5-star hotel suites, shopping sprees at designer boutiques. Each notification felt like another nail in her coffin. She'd left me a note taking some time for myself. "Don't wait up." I knew exactly what that meant. 3 days into her spree, I got a call from Agent Rodriguez, a federal investigator. "We've identified significant fraudulent activity on your account," he said. "Do you know who might be responsible?" I didn't hesitate. "Yes, my wife." There was a pause. "Your wife?" I explained everything, including that the card was part of a cybersecurity training program. Agent Rodriguez let out a low whistle. "That's a new one. Based on what we flagged, she's in serious trouble." When Jessica finally walked through the door a week later, she was dripping in designer clothes and carrying luxury shopping bags. She tossed her sunglasses on the table with a smug grin. She said mockingly, "You really outdid yourself this time." I burst out laughing. She frowned, clearly expecting me to be furious. "What's so funny?" she snapped. I shook my head, barely able to contain myself. "You have no idea what you've done." Her confusion turned to panic when I explained the truth. The card she'd stolen wasn't real. It was bait. Every purchase she made had been tracked, flagged, and reported to federal authorities. The designer bags she was flaunting, evidence, the flights and hotels, all documented fraud. The color drained from her face. Within hours, Agent Rodriguez and 2 officers arrived at our door. Jessica was arrested on multiple counts of credit card fraud and identity theft. As they led her away in handcuffs, she screamed, "You set me up." I smiled calmly. "No, Jessica, you did this to yourself." The best part, I've been recording our entire conversation when she came home bragging about her purchases. Her confession was crystal clear on tape, and I'd already forwarded it to Agent Rodriguez. Jessica thought she was clever, stealing from someone who works in cybersecurity. She never stood a chance. Turns out the credit card she used was a honeypot designed to catch criminals, and she'd walked right into the trap. But the real shock came when she tried to blame me for setting her up. For the full story of the arrest, trial, and aftermath, click this video.